Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm gonna make lumpia today. Now this is my version of lumpia. I've watched many videos and there's so many different recipes out there for lumpia. Honestly, you can make it any way that you would like. I'm just gonna show you how my family likes it because different people like different vegetables. You can make this with hamburger meat. You can make this with pork. I've never seen anybody do it with ground turkey. It might be a little too dry, but I mean, if you can get it nice and juicy, then I'm sure you can use ground turkey or chicken. I have just personally haven't seen anyone use that. So today I'm making pork and shrimp lumpia. That's how my family likes it. So let's get to cooking. Okay, so I'm over here at the stove. I have about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil in the bottom of my wok pan. I call it my wok pot. I don't know what kind of pan this is, but it's one of my favorites. And I'm going to just slightly cook the onions just about halfway through. I just want them to be nice and cooked because in my recipe, I cook all the ingredients first, then I roll them with the egg roll wrappers. Some recipes you put the meat in raw. I'm afraid to do that. I've never even tried. I don't even want to risk it. So this is just the way I taught myself. And like I said, I just took the videos that I watched and I just made lumpia, the way I thought my family would like it, and it is a big hit in my family. My husband is a pretty picky eater and he loves it. So hopefully you guys give this a try. I'm gonna make a list of everything that I put in my lumpia, and then you can also cut this recipe in half because I'm making a double batch because lumpia is time consuming, and if I'm gonna make lumpia just like tamales, I'm gonna make a lot, freeze them, and in my opinion, when you freeze your lumpia, it's easier not only to, keep in the freezer without sticking. I'll show you that process. And you just pull some out, you deep fry them, they're good to go. They freeze real well. In my opinion, it's better to fry them while they're frozen because then they don't fall apart and they don't stick together. So that's just my little tip to you. That's what I found, throughout my time making lumpia. So, like I said, I don't really want to brown this onion. I just want to cook it slightly first because everything else is going to be kind of cooked in steps. And I want my onion nice and done when I do go to roll. So this is about a half of medium onion here. And this is a double batch, like I said. So, if you want to make it like I do, just cut it in half. So I would say a quarter or half of a small onion if you want to cut this in half. So I have a bowl here. I'm just going to take my onion out. Oh, before I do that though, now I'm going to slightly cook my garlic, and I have 4 good sized cloves of garlic here. We like the garlic in our food. So again, you can put as little or as much as you would like. And if you've never made lumpia before, and just play around to what you think your family likes. So I'm just gonna, like I said, slightly cook this garlic. I don't want to overcook it. I don't want it to be bitter. Just to get, the aromas going, and yeah. So that's it. I'm going to take it off. And I'm going to just put it in my bowl and set it aside. Okay. I'm going to kick the heat up to high. Let's see, I need a spoon to scrape that off. And then I have 4 pounds of ground pork. They're 2-pound packages. And I always look for the pork meat when it's on sale. Thought it was still a little bit frozen, but it's good. Okay. And I'm just going to brown my meat, and then I'll come back and go to the next step. Okay, so my meat is almost all the way cooked through. I've been chopping it with my meat chopper from the Dollar Tree. And you want your meat nice and crumbly. Okay, so that's what it's looking like. And I'm going to add my onion and garlic back to the pan. That way it'll flavor the meat. Put some meat in there. Get all that garlic, onion. So you see what I mean? I like to cook my onion first. That way it's not in the hot pan the whole time I'm browning the pork, because I don't want brown pieces of onion. But I want it cooked through too. You know, do it your way. This is just the way, like I said, this is the way my family likes it. Okay. So my meat is looking done. Okay, so I'm going to lower my heat just a little bit. Okay, and now I'm going to add, let's see, I'm going to do, okay, so this is not something that I usually put in my lumpia, but I had it on hand, so I'm going to use it. And then I also have some regular cabbage. You can use regular cabbage, or is it the Napa cabbage? But this is what I'm using, and this is going to wilt down. So it looks like a lot, but it really isn't. Oh, before I do that though, I need some salt. So I'm going to put about, because I'm doubling the batch, about 2 tablespoons of salt. And then some ginger. I'm going to put about 2 teaspoons of ginger, ground ginger. You can use fresh ginger if you would like, just a little bit, and mince it up. Mix that up in there. Now, I know it doesn't look like a lot of salt, but we're going to be adding soy sauce to this, don't forget. So soy sauce is very salty. Get that nice and mixed up. Normally my pork meat condenses down more than this. This was a better brand. This was Smithfield's. It was on sale at Walmart. So yeah, this is the better pork. So that's good. It'll make more lumpia. Okay, so now I'm going to add this half a bag of tri-colored coleslaw that I have left over. I just want to use it up. It's got the carrots, the red cabbage, and the regular cabbage. Put that in there. And like I said, it's going to wilt down, but you want vegetables in there. And you don't want to overcook it, because you want that a little bit of crunch as well. So I'm going to add my cabbage, and I have half a cup of carrots here. Now you can use more carrots if you want. My husband's not fond of cooked carrots, so I don't put very much. Okay, so I'm just going to let that wilt down. My pot's over full because, like I said, this meat didn't, and there's hardly no juice at the bottom. So I might have to add a little more soy sauce because I always get the cheaper pork, and I do have quite a bit of fluid on the bottom of the pan. So, okay. I need enough room to get my mushrooms in. Oh, you could put mushrooms in here too. I would definitely put mushrooms, but my family don't like, only one of my kids like mushrooms, so. Okay, see how it's already wilting down. All right. Let me get my shrimp in there. And I have 2 pounds of shrimp. Like I said, I'm doubling it. I hope I have enough room in this pan. Wow, that expensive pork meat really makes a difference. Okay, so I got my pork in there. My shrimp in there. Let me get rid of some of these dishes. My green onion, I have just a bunch of green onions chopped up. And then I have here a half a cup of soy sauce, which I'm probably going to need to add some more, like I said. So let's see if I can get these shrimp in here. And I do the shrimp last because you don't want to overcook your shrimp. Because remember, you're going to deep fry your lumpia and it's going to cook a little bit in the deep fryer. So right when it starts turning pink, I get it off of the heat. Okay. I'm just going to add my soy sauce now. Oh yeah, I'm going to need some more soy sauce. So I'm going to put soy sauce here, and I'm going to add another half a cup. So usually my one batch of lumpia will make about 4 to 5 dozen. And so this is going to make about 10 dozen of lumpia. Okay, you guys, I had to put it in a bigger pot. It was just, getting everywhere. I didn't want to lose any of these ingredients. Hopefully you can see much better. Let me tilt it for you. You see, that's more like it. You couldn't really see with that pot because it was just way too small. So I'm just going to wait till my shrimp start to get a little bit pink, and then I'm going to take it off the heat, and it's already starting to turn pink, so that's good. Okay, much better. I was stressing there for a second. Let me take you off the tripod. Might be a little shaky, but there is a better look. Doesn't that just look yummy already? Look at the shrimp, it's starting to turn pink. See, and all those vegetables I put in there, it doesn't even look like it, right? I love this pan too. I just got this pan. I had a chili pot that I've had for years that I made our Texas style chili beans. That's on my channel too if you want to go look at my cooking playlist. And the coating on the pan started coming off, especially on the lid, and I was like, oh man, that's gonna make us sick. So I was on the hunt for a pan, and I got this at Marshall's. It was $30, which is not bad. This is a huge pot, and they're $30 at Walmart for a much smaller and not even a great brand of a pot. So I nabbed it. Okay. So my shrimp are starting to turn pink, so I am going to add the green onion. And that is it for the ingredients, you guys. I made a big mess with that small pot. But yeah, and then I will take you over to the counter and show you how I roll my lumpia. Not everybody does this. I cut my egg wrappers in half because it makes it goes further and it's just less chewy. So you get, you still get that crunch, but it's not real doughy. And again, that's how my family likes it. So I'm gonna meet you over to my counter and let's start rolling. Okay, I'm back over here. Now what I did is I just put some of the mixture into a bowl, and that way I don't have to have this big pot over here. And another great tip is what I do is once it starts to cool off a bit, I will put it in the fridge as I'm, preparing. That way, your mixture is not sitting out for too long. So that is what I do. I have a beaten egg here, just one beaten egg and a paintbrush. This is not for my craft room, guys. This is for my kitchen, just so you know. And then I have my wrappers, and this is the kind I'm using today. It doesn't matter what brand. Got these at Walmart. And another thing that I do that I found works best is I just trim it off the top here with a pair of scissors. And then that way I can just reach in here and I can just get like a little pinch of the wrappers, just lift up like this and pull them out, because these dry out really fast. And that's why I have a clean paper towel here. You can't see it there. I hope you can see it. And I just wrap this like this lightly, just so my wrappers don't dry out. And I just keep that off to the side. I have a paper towel here. You'll find out what that's for. And then I have a lined baking sheet here with parchment paper or wax paper. Either one will do. And so this is, like I said before, I cut my wrappers in half. So doesn't, they're squares, so it really doesn't matter. I'm just gonna eyeball it here. And I'm just gonna cut these right in half, just like so. Okay, put them right on top of each other. And I'm gonna set these, I'm gonna move this, I'm gonna set these right over to the side here. And then I'm just gonna get a plate to work on and start filling. So these, if you've never seen these wonton or these spring roll wrappers, that was a lot to say. So I'm just gonna get one sheet here. I'm gonna take a little bit of my mixture and just a little bit. We find, and then the dipping sauce makes these really good too. So you don't want these thick. If you want these thicker, use a whole wrapper. This is just the way we like it. Okay, so now I'm gonna take some egg, and I'm just gonna, first I do the sides there. I fold over the sides, just like so. Then I just kind of, push down. And now I'm gonna just put egg on one side, the one furthest away from me, that edge. And then I just roll. I just take the filling just like if you were rolling, an enchilada or something like that. And then press down, and there's my lumpia. And can you see how it's not a whole lot of dough? And I'm just gonna place it down like that onto my parchment paper. I'll do another one here, just get some filling. And do you see just the little bit of filling that I'm using? You can see why this makes so much lumpia. But you want to make sure, you have some shrimp in there, some, so you have a little bit of everything in there. And then I do the sides. Everybody does this different. This is what works for me. I push down the edges like that, and then I just egg the edge furthest away from me, just like so. Then I just roll, just like so. Okay, now let me tell you what I use this paper towel for. These get wet really easy, so you want to try to keep your hands as dry as you can. And I just wipe my plate, just like that. Sorry if you heard my son. He is clearing his throat, as usual. So I'm going to do one more for you guys, and then I'll show you how I fry these up. So I take my wrapper, I get some filling. Looks like this one needs some more shrimp in there. We love the shrimp. Just like so. Some of these pieces are a little, bigger than I usually, would like, but it doesn't matter. The bigger the shrimp, the better, in my opinion. But it makes it a little harder to roll. So I put the egg on the sides. So I have like a little assembly line here. I try to keep everything kind of close to me, within reach. It just makes it easy. So now I'm going to egg the edge furthest away from me. So, and give it a roll. See what I mean? Those big pieces of shrimp kind of makes it hard to roll there. And push it down, and there's your lumpia. Can't wait. Okay, you guys, hopefully that wasn't too hard. It's really not hard. It's just time consuming. But anything good is time consuming, in my opinion. And like I said, we freeze these. We keep them in the freezer. They freeze long. And you can also freeze your mixture. Just, I wouldn't keep it in there for more than a month. You know what I mean? But you can freeze some of your mixture once it's cooled completely down. Refrigerate it, then freeze it. And then pull it out. And, if you get tired of wrapping, you can just wrap them another day. So, but I will be making lumpia for the rest of the day. So, wish me luck. And, but before I go, I'm going to fry some up. Let's go. Okay. Hold up. Leave it to me to leave a very crucial, important part of my videos. So I have rolled a whole pan of lumpia here. Before I get to frying, I'm going to stick this whole pan in my freezer. Once they are firm, I can then add them, and I add them by the dozen, to a quart-sized baggie, and that's how I store them in my freezer. If you don't have a freezer that will fit a sheet pan this size, then just use a smaller pan. But you do want to freeze them before you bag them up, otherwise they will stick together and it'll just be a mess. So I'm going to get these in the freezer. Once they're firmed up, I will come back and fry them up and show you how we eat this lumpia. Okay, you guys, I am back. I have rolled all of my lumpia and now I'm ready to fry. So my oil is nice and ready, nice and hot. Normally we would break out the Fry Daddy and fry them in there. I can do, 8 at a time or so, but it's just me right now. It is lunchtime, so I'm gonna show you. I'm just gonna put all these in there. Hopefully 5 will fit. Can I get one more on? Yeah, I can. Okay, so I'm just gonna fry those until they're nice and brown, and they are frozen, so, but they're cooked inside, so it doesn't take too long. Once these are golden brown, I will come back. The lumpia is done. It smells delicious. And this is the chili sauce that I'm using today, the sweet chili sauce. I got this from grocery warehouse, or grocery outlet, I mean. And it's really good, but we really enjoy the one that we get from the Asian market that we have here. I'm gonna have to go pick some up. But yeah, this is really good, and this is only $2.99, so there's that. And the one at the Asian market is around that price as well. But they're really big bottles. Okay, let's dig into this lumpia. Can you see that? I wish you can smell it. I have my sauce. yeah, you just dip your lumpia in the sauce. If you have never had lumpia, that is. Mmm. Mm-hmm. Mmm. Took me almost all day. So worth it. If you guys have never tried lumpia, try it. It's not hard to make. Like I said, it just takes time. But you can freeze it and you have it in your freezer whenever you want to enjoy it. You know, football games and whatnot. Really, really good, you guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you all. I'm so glad I got to do another cooking video. I will talk to you all, hopefully, in my next video. Everyone take care. Bye for now.